And news coming in, the Assam police has sent out a notice to 6 officers in Mizoram to join investigations in the killing of police personnel, Assam police personnel at the Mizoram-Assam border. Mizoram officials have been asked to join the probe on the 2nd of August, that's Monday. This notice has been sent out by the Deputy Superintendent of Police, Kachar Silchar. The officials who've been issued a notice include the Deputy Collector of Kolasib district in Mizoram, also the additional SP and the Superintendent of Police of Kolasib, the Sub-Divisional Officer Civil of Verangte, the additional SP of the 1st Battalion of the India Reserve Battalion at Mizoram, and the SDPO at Verangte, and they have all now been asked to join investigations at the office of the Deputy Superintendent of Police headquarters at Kachar in Silchar. Now this dispute just appears to be escalating. The centre had asked both Mizoram and Assam to sit together and sort out the issue amicably, but there appears to be an escalation from both sides. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Suryagni Roy, joining us with more on this big breaking story. Suryagni, what more can you tell us? Are either side trying to resolve the matter amicably, or does this appear to be both playing to their domestic galleries and the situation escalating?
Well, Varun, firstly, 6 police officers of Mizoram have been asked to join join investigation by the Assam police in connection to the Mizoram-Assam border clashes where 6 Assamese police officers lost their lives. Now, as you questioned whether both the sides want a solution amicably, peacefully or not, we spoke to Mizoram Chief Minister Zoram Thanga, and even he said that he had a word with Amit Shah and Himanta Biswa Sharma, and both of them.
Suryagni, keep tracking that story. I will try and come back. We'll try and reestablish that link with Suryagni in just a moment, but let me now get you the ground situation. Along the Assam-Mizoram border, the situation as of now is extremely grim. It's been a long-standing border dispute, but there was escalation. What was the provocation that led to light machine guns being fired, despite the Ministry of Home Affairs in Delhi directing both the Director Generals of Police and the Chief Secretaries of Assam and Mizoram to move forward to amicably resolve the issue? Tension continues to spiral. Assam, like we just reported, has issued an advisory to its people, warning them about a risk if they travel to Mizoram. India Today's Ashutosh Mishra is on ground zero, and he sent us this exclusive ground report. Deadly clashes over a 150-year-old border dispute that has left 6 people dead and more than 70 injured. The situation at the Assam-Mizoram border remains tense after the violent clashes between the state police forces on the 26th of July.
I'm here at Ground Zero, Assam and Mizoram border. Right behind me is the place that was the flashpoint on 26th July that led to the killing of 6 policemen from Assam. And if you see in those images, that is the particular point, some around 500 meters from the place at the moment where I'm standing. And top of that, that's the one of the bunkers set up by Mizoram authorities, the IRB and also the Mizoram police.
The confrontation between the two states has triggered fear amongst local tribes living along the border.
डर तो लगेगा सर, अभी यदि बाई चांस फिर गुल्ली शुरू होगा तो फिर भी हम लोग को भागना पड़ेगा यहाँ से.
कभी सोते हैं एक आंख से सोते हैं, एक आंख से जागते रहते हैं कहीं गोलाबारी आ जाए.
When the fighting started, they all left this village and still under the dilemma and a sense of fear that what would happen next any time. And remember, this is happening between 2 states, not at the border of 2 countries.
Not only are they living in fear, their livelihood has also taken a hit. The villagers say they will not be able to cross the border anytime soon.
हम लोग का अभी करने का कुछ भी नहीं है. क्या करेंगे हम लोग? सरकार कुछ नहीं कर सकता है.
The Assam government has meanwhile issued an advisory asking people from the state to avoid any travel to Mizoram.
ऐसे समय में मिजो सिविल सोसाइटी, मिजो स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन उत्तेजना मूलक स्टेटमेंट दे रहे हैं। तो हमने अपने लोगों को आगाह किया है कि भाई आप मिजोरम अगर जा रहे हैं तो इस तरह का परिस्थिति है, इसको ध्यान में रख करके ही आप जाइए।
The Assam government claims a crackdown on drug smuggling and illegal cattle trade led to the interstate clash.
देखिए 916 से ज़्यादा केसेस रजिस्टर हुए हैं ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग के, 1500 से ज़्यादा लोग अरेस्ट हुए हैं, 20 केजी से ज़्यादा हीरोइन पकड़ी गई है। एंड दिस इज जस्ट अ टिप ऑन द आइसबर्ग। क्या हम देश को नशा मुक्त करना चाहते हैं तो कठोर स्टेप्स लेना पड़ेगा आपको।
All vehicles entering Assam from Mizoram are now being thoroughly checked. The killing of the 6 Assam policemen has triggered anger among the people of the state. The people of Lelapur village have imposed an undeclared blockade, stopping all supplies from Assam to Mizoram.
इतना फोर्स मोरा है, गाँव वाला आदमी भी मोरा है, तो हम लोग अभी ब्लॉकेट किया है। तो जब तक ये फैसला नहीं होगा तो हम ब्लॉकेट नहीं चढ़ेगा।
किस तरह का रोक पाबंदियां आप लगा रहे हैं लोगों के लिए? कौन लोग जा सकते हैं पार करके चेक पोस्ट, कौन नहीं जा सकता?
कोई नहीं जाना सकता है उधर का, कोई पब्लिक नहीं जाना, कोई पब्लिक जाने से उधर में रिस्क है।
Across the border, people living in Mizoram are equally angry. They're accusing the Assam police of encroaching on their farms to set up their camps.
Andron sa hi ka ejon ve na ber ania Assam sarkar hianin tuna hianin mindua sak mek ani harsat na kato na chu ni.
There are locals behind this barricade who are sitting here and ensuring no vehicles should pass from there. So either it is the civilians or even the supply. And remember, Mizoram has mostly supply from Assam. And after the killing of the 6 policemen, there is anger amongst the people, and that's why exactly these group of people are protesting here.
The Chief Minister of Mizoram, Zoramthanga, said he had a conversation with the Assam Chief Minister, Himant Biswa Sarma, and both of them wanted a peaceful resolution. With Ashutosh Mishra at the Assam-Mizoram border. Bureau Report, India Today. Let's try and make sense of the crisis. Is it likely, God forbid, will it escalate, or are steps being taken to bring the situation back to normal? Joining me now for more on this big story is Kaushik Deka, Deputy Editor, India Today magazine. He's someone who understands the lay of the land and the problem well. Also with me is Colonel DPK Pillai. Colonel Pillai he's served extensively in this area. He's researched this area extensively. Also joining me on the broadcast is Ricky, who's Finance Secretary of the Northeast Students Organization. But let me begin by asking Kaushik, what explains this advisory and the notice to the Mizoram police? Is this natural or is this deliberate escalation, Kaushik?
Not exactly deliberate escalation on the part of Assam government. You have to understand the genesis of this crisis, the way it happened this time. Because unlike in the past, when the clashes happened between governments, between people to people, this time the clash happened between the police forces, the Assam police force and Mizoram police force. And what we saw that Mizoram police force fired at Assam police. There were provocations from both sides. But usually what happens when a police force goes into someone's terrain, thinking that this is my terrain or their terrain, so the clashes happen. And in this case, what happened is that Mizoram police assumed that Assam police has encroached into their area and they started firing. And this is exactly both the Mizoram side is saying. Now, this is unprecedented because there could be discussion. And in fact, when the crisis happened, an SP from Mizoram police, he was in discussion with the Assam police team, but even then the firing happened. So there is something more to this event which needs to be probed. Now, coming back to this advisory, if you see last 1 week, since this, not 1 week, but last 3-4 days, if you see that in the social media, there is a constant campaign, hate campaign going against Assam. Shame Assam or shame Assam CM, all those things. And you have seen a provocative statement from the MP from Mizoram who said outside the parliament premise that all Assam police will be killed. This is a very provocative statement, and many social organizations in Mizoram and Aizawl, they are issuing statements. Even one official statement came from a Mizo Students Union supporting the statement of that MP. So in that context, if the situation is so volatile, then how can the Assam CM ensure protection of the people of Assam in Mizoram? So thinking that there could be a law and order situation, I think that advisory seems reasonable in a sense that nobody can actually, in such a situation, nobody can ensure safety of the people of Assam in Mizoram.
Ricky, does anything explain or justify light machine guns being used? This is an old boundary issue. Guns clearly cannot be a solution. Any information on what was the provocation that light machine guns were used?
Yes, before me, I cannot, first of all, I would like to clarify that I cannot see any one of you. It might be my phone problem or I don't know. So the person who spoke before me has said that the firing started because Mizoram thinks that Assam encroached into our state, and that's why we start firing. That's what he said. So that is not the case. The real problem, the real thing that started the firing is that Assam, with the 200, more than 200 forces, heavily armed police, led by IGP, DC of Kachar, and DFO of Kachar, they came up to Outer Rexo stand inside the Mizoram, and then they even brought prison vans. They even brought ambulance. Why did they brought ambulance and van when they have no good motivation, motives? Okay. So when they come, they start the people of Vairengte, the local people of Vairengte, try to stop them not to come inside Vairengte. So when the citizens, the local people of Vairengte try to stop them, these Assam people start firing. First they do lathi charge on them, and then they start firing tear gas and bombs. They shoot them with bombs, and then they start firing tear gas on them. So when they were doing that, the citizens of Vairengte felt rocks on the police on counter this one to counter them, and then that time the Assam police fired guns on them. They opened fire before the Mizoram police even open shoot anyone. The Assam police start firing on the civilians.
The point remains, if you look at the casualties, Ricky, there are 6 Assam policemen who are dead and no casualties on the side of Mizoram. Either that would indicate
there are several casualties.
There are no fatalities. Fatalities.
There were several casualties, and one was shot on the leg. One civilian was shot on the leg also. And
the point remains, either Assam police is very bad at firing, or, and perhaps, you know, it's only an investigation where the truth will be revealed, because Colonel Pillai, we've heard of incidents take place at the India-Pakistan border or the line of control where assault rifles or light machine guns and such weapons have been used. A boundary between two states which has been festering for long, a dispute that's been festering for long, light machine guns being used, unless the provocation was something else. Was it drugs? Was it some other reason? Colonel Pillai, yes, police forces use lathi charge. They may use tear gas shells. They may fire in the air. But this use of light machine guns just looks extremely bizarre. Colonel Pillai, Ricky, give me a moment. Let Colonel Pillai respond.
Okay, can I say this? Can I clarify this one?
Give me a moment. Yes, Colonel Pillai.
I agree with you that this unresolved boundary dispute that festers in our country, it's not just in Assam alone. Assam has 4 boundary disputes with Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Meghalaya. And the other 2 states are Himachal and the other one is Karnataka and Maharashtra. So the most violent ones have been taking place in the northeast, and these have its roots in the colonial legacy that we've inherited. And it essentially falls from the inner line permits that the British had been drawing about understanding, how to control their own assets and interests in that region. So while there's some disputes about the 1933 line or 1875 line, what is important for us to resolve and to end this problem is to understand all that came to an end on 15th of August 1947. A new constitution came into effect in 1950, which has the power to impose and draw new boundaries and states. And that's the basis in which Lushai Hills became the Mizo Hills and Mizo Hills became Mizoram, is under this the power of this constitution. So what we need to understand is there are many constitutional remedies, but armed violence is not one of the
Absolutely. There are states that have gone to court. Ultimately, it's the Supreme Court. In case there is a dispute between 2 parties or 2 states, they go to Supreme Court of India and not resort to use weapons in this manner between 2 state boundaries. I mean, this is beyond bizarre. Kaushik, Mizoram says Assam was being extremely aggressive with a large number of armed police personnel moving into Mizoram, and even now there are a large number of armed police personnel in the border area, and people in Mizoram, especially in those border districts, are feeling extremely intimidated.
Yes, see, the whole issue is, again, I'm repeating that it's not just police versus police. You have to understand, because these disputes have happened in the past, as Colonel Pillai has explained. But this time, one police force fired at the other police force. Why that provocation? Why that happened? Because somewhere one state is not respecting the constitutional border that Pillai mentioned. So the important part is that central government ensures that the constitutional border is maintained, and there are only 2 CRPF forces on both sides. And it's very interesting that how can both police forces, even if we agree with all the arguments, how could both police forces engage in firing when there are 2 CRPF camps camping there for since October 2020? So this is the thing that needs to be investigated. And coming back again to the situation of fear and hostility, as I have mentioned, that social media campaign, social organization campaigning against Assam and all that. In contrast, Assam government has issued a directive to all district magistrates and police superintendents that every Mizo citizen should be protected inside Assam. Every person from Mizoram, whosoever is residing in Assam or staying in Assam, they should be protected. That kind of directive should come from Mizoram also. Instead of those smear campaign and instead of MPs openly threatening, I believe both sides should come to discussion. Central government should take a proactive stance here, and there should be more measures to build confidence among each other, because Assamese and Mizo people are living in peace for decades.
Oh, absolutely.
For ages, centuries. But this time, that flare-up happened, and as Assam government has been insisting about the drug cartel that you mentioned, so that also needs to be investigated. Whether
in fact,
that
is that the point?
Route
is that the
one
point?
Reason why such things are happening?
Because you also have Assam Cabinet Minister Ashok Singhal mentioned that a large number, some 1,500 arrests and a large amount of recovery. Ricky, is this more than just a boundary issue? Because some are arguing that there's been a massive crackdown on drug mafia, and this is playing out as perhaps ramifications of that crackdown. And even if there was a dispute, what justifies the use of a light machine gun? Is there merit in the Assam police saying that Mizoram police and the DC should join investigations at Kachar?
This stating that it is more than a boundary issue and that there is a drugs cartel involved, and these things are not true. It is about a border disputes. These drugs cartels and these things, it is not there at all. They are not involving. It is not. It is just a media narratives, media propaganda by the Assam people to divert the real problem. So in Mizoram also, in Mizoram also, all those people, non-Mizos and the Assam people who are stranded in Mizoram right now are being taken care of. They are given food and shelter. No one is threatened, and they are all happy. You can even call them if you have any of your families inside Mizoram right now.
Is there an understanding in Mizoram that the use of light machine guns, Ricky, was justified?
Okay.
Can anything justify the use of light machine guns on fellow Indians?
Okay. The reason why we use light machine gun is that they were also using first, before we use anything, they were using INSAS and AK-47 military assault rifle on us. That is a very, very deadly weapon. It was used by all the terrorists around the world. They used that on the Indian citizen, Mizo people. INSAS machine gun, AK-47, and they even use light machine gun LMG. They even use that. It is shown. There is many evidence that is shown in the video that some people also carry light machine gun.
Colonel Pillai, shots fired, lives lost. Assam says there should be probe. Should there be a central investigation into this? And given the hard line on both sides, is an amicable settlement possible bilaterally, or will this now either have to be moderated by the center or courts will need to address it finally?
Well, to tell you honestly, Gaurav, this incident is not the first of its kind in the Northeast.
Yes.
In Assam, and it's been going on since times immemorial. Like even when the British had their
and lives have been lost in the past. But this instance, Colonel.
So, but like I'm saying, like in the Merapani incident, in which Naga police, there were assaults with the armed police of both states, and it has been going on. What is required here is to rise above, petty tribal or state loyalties and rise up and recognize the primacy of the Indian Constitution, which empowers the country to decide new boundaries, new states, on which basis this has been created. If you see, like Assam has suffered the most in terms of what it was in 1947, when parts of its territories were given away to East Pakistan, and some parts were ceded to Bhutan under a friendship treaty in 1949. And then thereafter, new states were created out of it. Other than Tripura and Manipur, the states that existed are all creations out of the state of Assam. And this issue that is there is because there was never a survey that was actually carried out. Today, with technology available to us and the kind of records that are available, because if the boundary between Assam and Mizoram was actually to be a survey was being carried out, it follows the lay of the land. There are very clear geographical boundaries except in two regions. But the thing was disrupted when the survey of India's things were attacked, and it's never been. So with technology available and with the intervention of the central government, and with the fact that the Act East policy is going to change the entire region's this thing. So this peaceful, amicable settlement of all the boundary disputes is a precursor to the improvement of the region. If you recall, in 1947, the northeastern region had a greater per capita income than the rest of the country.
No, in fact, Act East policy, perhaps East would be leading the rest of the country in terms of economic growth. And also, I mean, look at how today are sporting medals. The country is feeling proud because of the Northeast, because of the medals that are coming courtesy the Northeast. But Kaushik, in this situation, this blockade of Mizoram allegedly by the people of Assam, Mizoram says these are bullying tactics and these are unacceptable.
Yes, blockade and all that kind of thing should not happen, and the government of Assam must take proactive measures to stop all those. Because at the end of the day, these are two states of India, and the economic blockade is not imposed on the people of the same country. So the Assam, and that's why the political will is very important. Both sides should sit together, including the central government, and should actually sit together, not in Delhi, not in Aizawl, not in Guwahati or Shillong, but at the ground zero, and should actually inspect. And when they decide the this line demarcations and all that, the local issues should be considered, should be taken into account, and they also see the livelihood of those people, because that forest, that inner line forest reserve, which technically, if you go by constitutional border,
Okay.
it's inside Assam, but that has been used by Mizo people for ages.
Yes.
So these things need to be tackled by taking all the people, especially the local people, into account, and then the solution would come up.
Because
Not
that is
sitting
the
in
best
Delhi
way
or
forward,
in
an
Aizawl.
amicable resolution where there is give and take from both sides, point 1, point 2, with the spirit of keeping India first, unless there is a larger conspiracy to derail that India growth story that actually kicks off or grows with the Act East policy, now way beyond the Look East policy. And we'll track that story very closely. To all my guests, many thanks for joining me.